Hi, I'm Mike Bellevue, and recently I got an assignment to write an article about the mountain men for American Frontiersman magazine. And for that I'm going to need a typical mountain man type rifle. A Hawken rifle is what I want. And of course I don't have one of those in my collection currently. So I thought rather than getting one all made up just to test and evaluate, that it'd be more fun to build a Hawken. So I've got this Lyman Great Plains kit, and I thought I'd build it for a series of videos and then use it in the Mountain Man article. Now, I know some of you are going to be concerned that I've abandoned the swivel breech build, and that's not the case. I'll be getting back to that later on in the winter in the shop and hopefully finishing it up this winter. But I'm on deadline for the Mountain Man article, so this project has got to come first, because it's just got to get done so I can get paid and move on to the next thing. So we're going to build us a Hawken. Well, I've unboxed the Great Plains rifle kit, and honestly, this is a project that you could probably do on your kitchen table. I don't think this is going to strain anybody. I mean, it basically comes with a stock that's going to need to be rasped and shaped just a little bit. It's in actually pretty good shape. You can see the lock is already inletted in. The triggers are already in place, and in fact they seem to be working okay. So that's all good to go. The entry thimble and the nose cap appear to be pinned, and I believe I'll take those off to finish it. This one has a bit of a ding right here I'm going to have to get out. Got the barrel rib and ramrod pipes, and these just screw into the barrel. The barrel itself is in quite good shape, I've got to say, and it doesn't even look like I'm going to need to draw file it really. I'll just do a little polishing on it, but this is going to be fairly easy, I think, to put together. I don't want to get cocky, but I don't see much trouble with it. Trigger guard, this is going to have to be polished and browned. Barrel's going to have to be browned. There's a bag right here of miscellaneous parts, and they even give you two sights. They give you this basically a primitive style sight. You can see that. And then this little number right here is an adjustable sight. It adjusts by that screw raising it up and down, which I actually think I'm going to use, because I'm not going to use this in any primitive competitions. It's got a very thick front sight, which I like because my eyes aren't young anymore. Miscellaneous screws. These are the Wedge Escutcheons, and just to see, I pressed one in place already, and they just go right in, and the pilot holes are already drilled. So all I'm going to really need to do with those is polish them up and brown them and put them in place. So I don't see this as being a very difficult build. So we're going to get started on it. Alright, so this build is a little bit different from me because everything is already inletted. But the question is, how well is it inletted? So I put the tang and the hook breech in, and now I'm laying the barrel in to see if it goes in, and actually it does not. I'm getting a bunch of flack. So I already put Jarrow's inletting black on the barrel, just brushed it on. So I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to see, I must be hitting somewhere. And in fact, I can show you where I'm hitting. Hold on. Okay, so I can show you where I'm hitting. I'm hitting right here, and I'm hitting with the snail on the drum where the nipple goes. So I'm going to have to relieve that a little bit with some chisels, and then come back in and try it again. Well, it just took a couple of slivers by the bolster here to get the barrel in properly, and the lock is screwed back in, triggers are screwed in, trigger guard fits fine, the tang is screwed down, and basically the machine inletting is just fine. About the only work I'm going to have to do, which will be later, is these escutcheon plates here. They're going to have to, right here that the keys, the barrel keys go through, they're hitting a little bit high. They're not really feeding well through it. It's just going to take a little bit of file work to open up the tops of those later. But basically the machine inletting on this is very precise, much better than I was expecting. So there's really no inletting work to do on this at all. So with that said, the next thing I'm going to start doing then is just shaping the stock down. And once I've got that shaped down, I'll polish the metal and sand the stock and finish it, and we'll be pretty much good to go. A little blue and a little brown, and put the sights on. This is really a build that anybody can do. In fact, I could take this out right now, slap a nipple on here, clean the bore, load it up, and go shoot it. It would go bang and do what it's supposed to do. So this is really just cosmetic work on this kit. So that's the end of this first installment, and I'll come back and show you a little bit of stock work.